So guys, you've been chasing and chasing and chasing clients. Nothing's working for you. The best thing to do is get them to chase you. Now, I'm going to be teaching you how to do that in this video. So stay tuned. So guys, welcome back to the channel. Montel Gordon here, and in today's video what I want to do is break down exactly how to get inbound sales using LinkedIn. Now, for those of you who don't know or kind of new to sales, there's primarily two forms of selling. There's inbound sales and then there's outbound sales. Now, 99% of the people on like YouTube and like in these courses I've been through a bunch of like SMMA courses. All the top names out there, I've been through like most of their courses, like 80% of the courses out there. Trust me, believe me, I've been through them, seen what they're teaching. Most of them teach you to do one form of selling, meaning you only have 50% of the firepower of somebody like me. Now let me tell you what I mean by that. People are teaching you how to do outbound sales, outbound sales, outbound sales, outbound sales. Now, outbound sales is all about you going out of your way to try chase businesses, meaning it's you jumping on the phone and calling external businesses. So you're actually picking up the phone and calling a business, or you're getting on your computer and sending an email out to a business in order to set a meeting. You're on LinkedIn trying to set meetings. You're messaging people out there. So again, outbound sales is when you are going out of your way to try chase business. Now the problem with that is that everybody's doing the exact same thing, and because everybody's doing the exact same thing, you've got no differentiation. You just sound like the other guy, and it's just not working for you guys. You're sending out a bunch of cold emails, you're doing a bunch of cold calls, you're doing a bunch of LinkedIn messages, you're doing all sorts, you're doing Loom videos, you're doing all sorts of outbound selling. You see guys, the reason why it's not working again is because you've got no differentiation, you're not providing any value up front, and you're basically just sounding like the next guy. These business owners, you see, this whole space, the whole digital marketing space is becoming more and more popular. People are starting more agencies. It's easier to do now. Even like coaching business, it's becoming easier and easier to become a coach online. People are starting to understand that a 9-to-5 job now is it's basically it's kind of outdated. There are ways online of making money, and people want in on that. So people are starting their own businesses. They are starting their own agencies. They are starting their own coaching businesses, and they're doing the exact same tactics as you're doing. See, everybody's going through these courses and doing the exact same thing these courses tell you to do, which is outbound selling. So these business owners are getting hit up left, right, and center. Now, does that mean that this whole sphere is like oversaturated? Does that mean SMMA is oversaturated? Does that mean coaching is oversaturated? No, it just means that more and more people are in it. It just means that and because of that, it just means that you need to learn to better adapt your strategies. Now what I found the best thing to do is, instead of chasing clients, get them to chase you, or instead of chasing clients, attract clients. Now what I mean by that is, again, let me break down the two forms of selling. There's inbound sales, which is people coming to you, that's coming in, and outbound sales, where you're going out of your way to actually cold call, cold email, cold LinkedIn, whatever form you're using to actually get clients, and you're going out of your way to try get business. That's outbound selling. Now outbound selling converts really horribly because you're trying to convince somebody to come and buy your service, your products, whatever it is you're offering. Now inbound sales is what all the big businesses focus on realistically. They try to build brands, and that's the key here. You want to build a brand around your name in order to gain access to both inbound selling and outbound selling. Think about it. If you become an authority figure, and this is how you do it basically. You want to become an authority figure in your niche. So what I like to do is I like to go and find content to post that's actually going to help my actual niche. And what I call these posts, I call them value posts. A value post is something where you're talking about the niche, giving tips about the niche, showing the niche like what 3 mistakes you should avoid if you want to use Facebook ads. So what you want to do is you want to first of all identify your niche. So that's the first point. You want to identify a niche, So for example, with me, it's real estate agents. You then want to find out where these real estate agents are actually hanging out online. And I know that they use LinkedIn a lot. And another reason why I actually use LinkedIn, which I'll get into in a second, is because LinkedIn gives you access to a profile, and a profile gives you access to people actually looking at your profile. And because people can look at your profile, they can see what you're posting and see what you're all about, see what content you're delivering, see what content you're dropping, see what sort of stuff you're talking about on your profile. You see, with cold emails, unless you put like your website link at the bottom in the footer, or like your LinkedIn link at the bottom in the footer, there's no profile they can click on. There's no profile picture to see who you are. Well, there is, but it's very small. There's no like actual profile that you actually get, so you can actually show people what you're all about and what sort of content you're posting. And guys, the reason why I love LinkedIn so much, and I believe it's the best platform out there, is because LinkedIn, one, it gives you a profile, and two, it actually shows you who's viewing like your content. It also shows you like people, for example, when somebody looks at your profile, you can then look back on their profile. So if you go and just connect with a bunch of people, or just even view a bunch of people's profiles, they will view you back. And because of that, it's like you're getting views on your content, because they're gonna look at your profile, scroll down, see your activity, and your value posts are gonna be there. Now, in those value posts, if you can put in some sort of value or call to action, such as a case study funnel, which I'll tell you what is in a second, they then get taken into your funnel, and that can actually lead to a sale, which happened to me. So guys, I'm not too sure if you've heard all the commotion or anything like that, but I've actually got a free training on all of this below in the link that teaches you more of this stuff in depth. But I just want to teach you how you can actually go about doing this yourself right here, right now. So what you want to do, guys, is first establish a niche. Two, start finding out the pain problems in that niche by just literally Googling what it's like to be a restaurant owner, what it's like to be a gym owner, what it's like to be a real estate agent. Go and find some pain problems. Go and find how they're actually generating their leads. So just type in, how are estate agents generating leads in 2019? Go and find that, and then talk about how those methods that they're currently using are actually wrong, how they are not wrong, I wouldn't say wrong, but outdated. Go and talk about the different methods that they haven't tried yet. Talk about how Facebook ads is the new way to get leads, basically. And then you want to compare and contrast them. So what you want to do, guys, is you want to be able to understand their pain problems so much that when you relate it back to them in such detail, you want to be able to relate their own pain problems back to them in such detail that they automatically assume you have the solution for that. It's kind of like when, and I love using this little analogy because it really does like pop in your head when you understand it. It's like when, let's say you have a pain in your right arm, your right elbow or something like that, and your friend also has used to have this pain in his elbow. So let's say you're complaining to your friend that also had this pain. So you're saying, you know what, John, I really have this super bad pain in my arm on my right elbow. And then he goes, oh shit, I had that same pain too. Is it because you're sleeping on the right hand side of your bed, on your right hand side in bed when you're actually sleeping? And then you go, yeah, it actually is. And because of that, you automatically associate him with having the solution. So if you can do that in your niche, understand their pain problems enough to actually relate it back to them in such excruciating detail, they will automatically associate you with having a solution. And because they think you have a solution, they see you as an authority figure. So what you want to do is make sure you read blog articles, watch a lot of videos about your niche, do a lot of research into your niche in general, just to see what their pain problems are, and then you want to relate it back to them. So I found, for example, like real estate agents, they were doing old school methods of marketing, such as post by post, trying to get valuations by post, trying to literally cold call people, literally going door to door, knocking on people's doors and handing out flyers, which are all untrackable. You can't really track those, not down to the pence and penny like you can on Facebook ads. When you're running Facebook ads, how much it's costing you per lead, how much it's costing you per video view, how much it's costing you to acquire a customer, your CPA and stuff like that. So guys, what you want to do is, again, find the pain problems in that niche, be able to relate it back to them in value posts, and then you want to give so much value that they have to click on whatever your CTA is, which is your call to action. Now your call to action can literally just be DM me if you need help with this, but I highly recommend you actually go and build a case study video. Now a case study video is a video that's designed to basically front load your pitch for you. So it's a video that's around 15 to around 35 minutes long. Mine's a little bit long because I was doing a lot of research and I wanted to make sure I got certain things I got a few more extra points in there, but you don't need to make it that long. Just create literally a 15-minute long video. If you need to use ClickFunnels to do this, I highly recommend you use ClickFunnels to do this, by the way. And again, I'll put a link to ClickFunnels, a 14-day free trial, plus over $900 worth of bonuses if you want to pick that up. So make sure you click the link below that and use my link. And again, I do get a little bit of commission with that, but I'm pretty sure you get the better end of the bargain here with the over $900 worth of value. So with that being said, I highly recommend you create a ClickFunnels account and just go and create a case study. Create like a 15-minute long case study. If you need to use any slides, just literally go to Google Slides. Google actually has a slide, like a presentation slide, and all you have to do is change out the words, and it's literally create a case study. Now in the case study, what you want to do is you want to break down the limiting beliefs. Now here's where you get smart with it. If you do your research into your niche and actually talk to people in your niche, they will start relating back their problems to you, and then they will start relating their limiting beliefs to you. So for example, what I mean by that is, when I first started getting into the real estate niche, I literally was just talking to real estate agents on like what their main problems were in the business, what they were actually trying to achieve in their business, what's stopping them from achieving these goals. And they were literally telling me that, and they also started telling me their limiting beliefs, such as like they didn't believe in Facebook ads. It hasn't worked for them in the past. They've tried it, it didn't work for them in the past. All these things I took and literally related it back to them in a case study video, saying, you know, I know you estate agents out there have probably already tried Facebook ads, and that's just because most agencies suck. They don't know what they're doing with the Facebook ads. Now that is me breaking their limiting beliefs down in a pitch, but it's not like I'm actually pitching to them. It's I wouldn't say it's a sly way of doing it, but it's a very smooth way of actually selling to somebody, and that's the kind of like way I like to sell. I don't like to be like Grant Cardone, where it's literally howling down the phones. What I like to do is be more subtle, more relaxed, more in like a power position. That's how I like to play. I like to play the power role, and a case study video is basically going to front load our pitch for us. It's going to do the selling for us, so we don't really have to do so much selling when we're on the phone, we're on a discovery call with them. So what actually happens is they go see one of our value posts on LinkedIn. The reason why I like using LinkedIn, again, just to make this very clear, is because you can connect with business owners. Most of the time they will accept, and when they do accept, they check out your profile. Because they checked out your profile, they'll see your content being posted around your actual LinkedIn. They will then see at the bottom there's a free case study on how you was able to generate X amount of leads in X days. They then click on that particular link. It takes them to a landing page where they enter their details to watch this video. The video is then 15 to 35 minutes long, and it's doing all your selling for you. They then can apply, once they've watched a certain amount of the video, they then can press a button below and press apply to actually book a discovery call. In that discovery call, they can literally pre-qualify themselves by asking a few pre-qualifying questions. You then jump on a call with them, and by that time they are literally sold right there and then, because all the selling's basically been done for you. You basically have to record this once, and it literally sells and sells and sells in the background for you. And that's how you get leads on autopilot, and that's how you get leads coming to you on LinkedIn. Again, what you want to do, find a niche, understand their pain problems, start dropping content that's actually valuable to them, and actually start building that authority in that niche. Continue to connect with businesses, owners in that niche, continue to provide value in that niche, and get them to go through your funnel, basically. So that's all you have to do. Once that's set up, all you have to do now is just sell them just to watch the video, basically. And when they watch the video, you already know that it's going to be a video that's, you know, highlighting their pain problems, what the solution is, very vaguely, and then saying, if you want to take this forward, you know, here's the link to my calendar. All you have to do is book a call with me. And by the time they get on a call with you, they are literally so warm that they are ready to literally buy right there and then. And that's exactly what happened to me with the first ever piece of content I really started dropping on LinkedIn. And guys, the content you want to create, by the way, if you're wondering, is I've noticed that once you don't want to be under like a business name. You don't want to be hiding behind graphics. Your LinkedIn profile needs to be professional. You need to have a very good offer statement. So in your LinkedIn, in your header, it should say, I help whatever niche you're in to get whatever result you're telling them by doing whatever service you provide. So I help estate agents generate leads through Facebook ads, something like that, or I help gym owners reduce their working hours by automating their lead generation through the use of Facebook advertising, something on the lines of that, guys. So guys, with that being said, what also you want to do is make sure in your About Us section you have the link to your case study video, and you want to kind of plaster it all over. You don't want it to be too spammy though. You just want to make sure that there's little links here and there, so if people do check out your profile and just read your About Us section, it's there. If they read the experience section and they see where your marketing agency or whatever you've put in your experience section, the link's there as well. You want to be doing like a little value post that has that's actually valuable, and then at the bottom there has a call to action that has your link to your actual case study there as well. So guys, with that being said, make sure your profile is looking professional, connect with a lot of business owners, provide a lot of value, get people into your funnel, get them on calls, get them warmed up with that case study video. Trust me, it's going to work perfectly. Now again guys, if you want to see a full in-depth training on this, I have a over an hour long completely free training on how to actually sign 4-figure clients on autopilot using hybrid systems. Hybrid systems is where you basically combined both inbound selling and outbound selling. Now when you become an authority figure in a niche, guys, so you're posting a lot of content and stuff like that in your niche on LinkedIn, that also gives you access to inbound selling. So inbounds again is when people come to you, they go through your funnel, whatnot, they DM you, they go out of their way to actually come to you because you are seen as an authority figure. And it also gives you access to even better outbound selling, because once you're actually messaging people on LinkedIn, believe me, they will be checking your profile, and when they do check your profile, they can see that you know what you're talking about. They can see videos of you sat literally like where I am, giving out value to the real estate niche, talking about the top 10 best tips for Facebook ads, the top mistakes you want to avoid if you want to generate leads with Facebook ads for real estate agents. Like titles like that, really eye-catching, really get that that authority built for you. And what you can do then, guys, is once you start reaching out to people on LinkedIn, they will see your profile and see that you're an authority figure. So your conversion rate actually increases because you have this this personal brand, this authority behind you. And guys, that's exactly how you get inbound sales from LinkedIn. Again, there's a full free like 1 hour plus training on this in the link below. So I highly recommend you actually check this out if you want leads coming to you on autopilot. So with that being said, I hope that you found this interesting. I hope that you found this valuable. If you have, please drop me a like, drop me a comment. And guys, lastly, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.